Okay, we're still on the boat and we're out on the sea and it's a beautiful day. It couldn't be better weather. It's such a blessing. And sitting next to me is the tour. When I was imagining what this would be like, this tour, and I imagined the tour guide, and I had in my head the perfect tour guide, and I have to say that Shukie is infinitely better than what I could ever have imagined. He's the best tour guide I've ever come across, and it's such a, people would say, oh, so you were lucky. I would say that we are blessed. So I'm sitting next to Shukie, our tour guide, and thank you, my friend. You're an excellent tour guide, and I really appreciate having you on the coach.
Toda raba.
So you and I had a short discussion yesterday, and you were telling me that you were born in Jerusalem, right?
Yeah, I born in Jerusalem, yes.
Your father, your grandfather?
My father, my family from my father's side, you live in that city on the mountain up there, Safed. And then they moved to Jerusalem. I'm from that side. I'm the sixth generation in Israel.
Sixth generation in Israel?
Yes.
Sixth generation. But your mother, you were saying, I think, Bulgaria, right?
Yeah, my mother, she and her family, they belong to the Jews that left Spain when Spain exiled the Jews. And then they went to the Balkan countries. They lived in Bulgaria for all those generations. And she got to Israel after the Second World War as a young immigrant. Mm-hmm. And she became to be my mother.
She became to your mother. Now, you were telling me, though, that there is a story about Bulgaria that is little told. A story that most people don't get to hear about what happened during World War II with the Jews in Bulgaria. Can you share a little bit of that with us now?
Yes, of course. My mother always told me that the Jews from Bulgaria that survived the war, they thanks to the King Boris. The King Boris was the king of Bulgaria at the time, and he didn't allow the Germans to transfer the Jews to Auschwitz. This is the way they survived. The only country in Europe that protect the Jews physically. The metropolitans, this is the name of the priest of the Bulgarian church, they stood in front of the trains in the rail station and they told the German, you have to kill us first, otherwise we won't move, the train won't move. After a few hours they released the Jews, they concentrated them in a camp inside the school, and they were there for 3-4 days, and then the king signed down that Bulgaria won't participate and they won't send the Jews for those transfer. So she stayed alive, and her family stayed alive like the rest of the Jews from Bulgaria. So this is why the Bulgarian Jews living in Israel, they're so thankful for the nation of Bulgaria, for the King Boris. Yeah, this is it's not a legend, it's real.
It's real. That's amazing, because my background is in Hungary, and it wasn't the case. It wasn't so in Hungary. In Hungary, the Nazis were helped by the Hungarian police to get the Jews all together, and they killed thousands of them, and they shipped thousands of them off to the concentration camps.
I know that it was the end of the Second World War. It was the time that the Russian, the American were winning the war, and the British also, and they could stop it, and nobody paid attention to stop the Nazis at that time.
How many, do you know? How many Bulgarian Jews were saved?
It was not a big community, but...
hundreds or thousands?
Many thousands.
Many thousands. Many thousands. And because of that, here you are today.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So we're on the Sea of Galilee. What do you want to describe to the people on the radio about where we are?
You should come here and be here in the Sea of Galilee. Just close your eyes and imagine a biblical scenery. To tell you that, I will destroy it.
There it is. Thank you, Shukie.
I hope you enjoyed the ride. Thank you.
Yay!
Please, before you leave the port.
Keith, I've just been talking to Shukie. Is he not the best tour guide tell me.
No, it's a blessing. It's really difficult to find a company and a guide that will match with the diversity of people that we have, and the sensitivity and the knowledge that he has, and the fact that he's authentically from Israel and has history in the land of Israel. So it's amazing, and he's just been great. He's been very flexible with us in terms of our itinerary that's sort of secret, so it's been a blessing.
It's great. And doesn't he know his history?
Oh, he absolutely does. Yeah, he does.
He's a blessing to have. Okay, we're right back. we're getting off the boat.
Yeah, absolutely, with a little background music.
A little background music. Here we go.
Thank you. Bye bye. Shalom.
Shalom.